After middling results in the 2010s, the Alien franchise returns with the 9th installment, if you count Alien vs. Predator. Alien Romulus charts a new course in the stars while finding its place between the original two films. Called one of the scariest movies of the year, one might ask, what lies ahead with Romulus? Hi, and welcome to Studio Cinema Saturday, the show where we review films, old and new, the ones you don't like and the ones you do. I'm your host, Jackson Hamm, and today we're talking about Alien Romulus. The film is directed by Fede Alverez. It stars Kaylee Spaney as Rain, Isabella Merced as Kay, Eileen Wu as Navarro, Archie Renault as Tyler, David Johnson as Andy, and Spike Fearn as Bjorn. Gonna start off with spoiler-free thoughts for Alien Romulus. I think it's a entertaining movie. It's a good watch. It's got a nice new story and grounded characters, and it's seemingly a small scale with what it's trying to accomplish here. It kind of serves as maybe a new jumping on point for the Alien franchise. Of course, every new entry in the modern day tries to kind of make it a new jumping on point. It serves the legacy of the Alien franchise, but it also serves as a new story with new characters. Moving on to spoiler territory, don't venture here if you don't want to get a face hugger attached to your face and spoilers bursting out of your chest, so let's get into spoilers. The horror of this movie, it really comes from knowledge of what these aliens do. It comes from knowing the face hugger attaches to your face, and then the chest burster comes out later, and that eventually turns into a xenomorph. So they really play into kind of having that knowledge in this movie to play up the fear, because it's the anxiety of knowing what happens after every step in the evolution to get to the xenomorph. From early on in the film, we see that our characters are going to be tested. They're not a research team. They're not Colonial Marines. They're Weyland-Yutani Corporation employees. They're just desperate to find a new life. And aboard this space station, they think they can rob some cryopods and make the trip to a nearest planet that they won't have to work for Weyland-Yutani anymore. But in this, we get to see they're a little more irrational. They're a little more petty than other characters. Something that was absolutely insane to see was Hamm returning posthumously to play the new android Rook. This connects the film directly to the original from 1979. It serves as kind of a catch-up to the new characters to basically inform them of the threat that the xenomorph is going to pose. And it's very interestingly done. It begs to ask, though, do the legacy connections have to be involved in this movie, or could it have been better if it was kind of forging its own path ahead? I mean, the legacy connections do serve a purpose. It's not just, hey, let's bring back Hamm posthumously to basically be like, hey, this is the Aliens franchise. Here's a character from the original. He is there to kind of inform them of the threat that the xenomorph is and serve as this overarching threat from Weyland-Yutani. So luckily, it's not just posthumously bringing back a character to kind of have a finger-pointing cameo. It does serve a plot purpose, but I'm curious as to what other people thought of that. So a question to be begged about this movie is scariest movie of the year. Somewhere in an ad it said that, and for me personally, it's gotta kind of compete with Longlegs. That was a movie so far. It's my favorite horror movie of the year. Fight me on it. It's okay. We can all like different horror movies. But is Alien Romulus the scariest movie of the year? I'd like to ask the audience that. For me personally, no. It never really made me as anxious or uneasy as Longlegs did throughout, mainly because Longlegs had the whole mysterious aspect going on throughout, with Harker solving the mystery. But here, there's not as big a mystery. There's elements that are unknown throughout the movie, but that comes to you more in a natural plot progression than people uncovering a mystery of what's going on the space station known as Romulus. Now, there are some great gory scenes and body horror in this movie, which it's gotta happen. It's an Alien franchise movie. Literally, the chest burst. It's great body horror. But I wouldn't say it's the scariest movie of the year. Give me your thoughts in the comments below, though. Ultimately, I think it's a great film to watch and experience, especially in a Dolby Cinema at AMC. I always gotta shout out when Dolby Cinema hits, and this hits. there's multiple moments throughout because, you know, they're in space, they're going on ships, like where they take their ship from planet side up into the atmosphere to go to the Romulus space station. It's rumbling. It's almost like you're on the ship with them at a certain point, going up through the atmosphere. And with the ending of this movie, I have to ask, like, it's kind of open-ended to where there could be further sequels to Romulus. Will there be an Alien Remus? Who knows? But what would you prefer? Would you prefer further sequels of Alien Romulus? Or I think I saw it somewhere on Instagram where there was a ad for Romulus and the page was titled Alien Anthology. Or would you like them to start treating the Alien franchise as an anthology franchise where further movies explore the xenomorphs popping up in random locations with like random people? You know, you could have a movie akin to Aliens, but maybe following a more random group of colonial marines encountering a xenomorph. Tell me what you think down below. Further sequels to Romulus, or an anthology-style series of further Alien movies? Lastly, I gotta rate the movie. I'd probably give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. I'm not really sold on what I think yet, so we'll settle at a 7.5 for this review of Alien Romulus. I thought it was entertaining. Definitely check this out if you can in Dolby Cinema at AMC. The sound mixing and everything is great. And the score by Benjamin Wallfish, I gotta shout this out real quick. I'm the score guy here at Studio 24. The score it fits the movie so well and adds just another element to bring you into this world. That'll do it for this episode of Studio Cinema Saturday. We have all kinds of other movie reviews on here, such as Ford v Ferrari and Long Legs. There's also our sister show, Television Tuesday, where we're talking things such as Cobra Kai or House of the Dragon. There's also Studio 24 Horror Month, 3 horror short films culminating in October 31st here on Studio 24. There's also our pals over at Sloth Cinema. They've just released Michael's Not Real. They're experiencing some festival success with Michael's Not Real and David's Not Real, so go check those films out and give them some love as well. And one last thing to end this video off. Thanks for watching.